on the switch up and down, or is that the railroad switch for switching the tracks?
I don't know. It just says railroad switch, and it gives the date.
Because remember, there are two kinds of switches. You got the switch that you can throw with your hand and throw a switch up or down to turn something on or off, and then you have the switching mechanism that will switch tracks. So that's not really clear.
Right,
so my
no,
listeners need to do their due diligence so they can make sure that they are clear.
The clothes dryer.
Emmett Chappelle, for these people that keep coming up with things like urinary tract infections. I have somebody who's like a relative of mine that just got through dealing with a bout of urinary tract infection that landed him in the hospital. But Emmett Chappelle from Phoenix, Arizona, who joined NASA back in the day, came up with an improved method of detecting bacteria in water that they use today to diagnose urinary tract infections. Niggas ain't done nothing, though. You see, we don't do nothing. We ain't done nothing for bringing down the country. They wouldn't even have a country if it wasn't for my people. If you read Resolution 331, that is, you would know that. Go ahead. Now you understand in general. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going down the list, but you do have a sister that developed, Dr. Shirley Jackson. She made developments in the portable fax machine. The touch I said that, but who was that lady that explosive? Yeah, Dr. Betty Harris. That's who I'm trying to go for. She got her patent for her invention of doing a spot test for identifying explosive in a field environment.
So people wouldn't step on landmines and stuff like that and get blown to smithereens. The saddle to ride a horse, you know, the saddle to ride the horses, they could take melanin people for that concept. I guarantee you people that like 31 Flavors ice cream and appreciate the ice cream scoop that brothers came up. Oh, and don't forget, for all the sweet tooth lovers, we talked about the potato chips. Now we're talking about ice cream scoops. For the sweet tooth lovers, it was a melanin-rich person that came up with the perfected mechanism for refining sugar. Remember? You know, I mean, you know, his name was Norbert Rillieux, Rilleux, like X-ray.
I remember his name. Yeah, sugar refinery. Yeah, I remember.
Exactly. They said it was a brother that came up with the whole concept of galoshes. Never mind the fountain pen that people use every day to write with, a fountain pen. And no, our people did not invent the pencil sharpener. Niggas improved on the pencil sharpener, just so you know. I'm fucking gone. You know what I'm saying? The like table lamp, somebody Melanin Rich is supposed to come up with that, even though we didn't like the whole lamp on the table concept. It's supposed to be somebody Melanin Rich, because, you know, a lot of people were doing candles and things like that. Oh, and we get the dustpan, the doorknob, curtain rods, the support thing to hold the curtain rods up. That's us, too. And when I say us, no, it wasn't me. And I don't know if it was any of my relatives, but it was somebody Melanin Rich. A lot of people talking that crap about what dark-skinned people did not do and have not done. That it just needs to be known. The little egg beaters that people were using, Melanin Rich people came up with that, remember?
Yeah. Now, in this book, it says that we invented the elevator. Some of the stuff, I don't know if they made a mistake on it. I'm looking in Black Inventors of America by McKinley.
Well, sometimes people quote it wrong, and that's okay, because, you know, when you look at it's a patent that just basically says an electric, that he created, he patented an electric elevator. Not that he patented the elevator, but I guess
maybe that's what they mean. Because they just have inventor.
Elevator.
They simplified it. They got the inventor, the invention, the date, and the patent number. So, yeah, it's probably more to it than that. They just listed here when it might be just, like you say, an improvement on something that already existed. But in here, they just got it listed that we did it So people probably go away thinking that, oh, yeah, we invented that too.
Right. What he did do is he made the elevator safe. That's what he did. So people were not comfortable getting on a lot of elevators the way they were, because they had a lot of things had to be done manually, opening the doors, manually closing the door. That's why they had a lot of these elevator attendants back in the day to do everything. So the whole, not necessarily the automated opening and closing of doors, but making it so they open and close safely, and so that people wouldn't fall down the shaft and wind up several floors below to their death. You know, and not only that, you could have an elevator come down and crush you when you done fell down the shaft. So, you know, that's important. And I remember I don't know if you guys know the old washing machines that used to have the clothes wringer that would roll the clothing through the machine. Melanie, this person came up with that. I recall as a child getting my finger stuck in one of those once. So I'll never get those kind of machines. But, but people need to understand and comprehend the whole mechanism for people that are drinking out of bottles, of tapping for bottles and jars. You can take a melanin-rich person to that. Everybody has experienced the attendance of a funeral. The whole forerunner to lowering caskets into the ground, the device for doing that was done by Richardson. A.C. Richardson came up with the device to lower a casket into the ground. Now, that's important. That's something that's being done every. It's like this, guaranteed. It wasn't a mechanism. A whole lot of people have a lot more broken backs trying to do it manually. Again, what do you call it? What I'm saying, the mother of invention is necessity. Our people were doing all the hard work, and we needed to create a lot of things to make things easier for ourselves. While these other people are calling us lazy, well, hold on, homie. The last time I checked, our people were out all day working from sun up to sundown, where your people were riding around on horse buggies under umbrellas, sitting on the veranda on the porch, sipping tea and eating crumpets, doing nothing, and getting richer by the minute doing nothing, and you're calling us lazy. As a matter of fact, I don't know if anybody knows, for a minute I was cool with this Texas rewriting of the history books, and now I'm like, Texas can go screw themselves. I'm about done. I hate that state. And what they're doing is now David Barton, he has a great idea, but see, people always come up with a great idea and approach so-called government or control freaks that claim to be government. And it always starts out good, and then somebody gets in there with a so-called white agenda and makes it some old horrendous stuff by the time they're done. Okay? Now, one of the things that's going on is this cat in Texas, they're rewriting the history books in Texas because David Barton wanted them to put melanin-rich people or so-called black people into the books. Because he found out about all the great things where he's like, wow, I didn't know niggas had done this and done that. Everybody needs to know this. If everybody knew about what so-called black people really have done for the world and the country and society and government and the system, the world, the country would be a better place. The United States of America would be a better place. We'd all get along here better if everybody knew the truth about the contributions of so-called black people. So Texas got on this whole, okay, we're going to rewrite the history books and put melanin-rich people back in the books. But one of the things that they're doing wrong that is a real problem for me is they have decided that they are going to state in these new history books that our people were not forced to be slaves against their will, that we were unpaid interns, and that this internship, even though it was free and we weren't getting paid for it, picking cotton outdoors all day, every day, not getting a break or getting stopped for food or being beat till you're damn near dead, gave you valuable career experience and provided you with networking opportunities. This is what they're putting in the history books. Now, there's a cat, and I don't know what his ethnicity is, but he almost sounds like me. He is ticked off about it. And I guess he's kind of like on the board. And he's basically, and what's his name? His name is Javier Narilla, Narilla, Javier Naria. So that's some kind of Spanish-speaking surname. And I guess he's like, okay, well, you know, he looked at this nonsense. He's like, well, look at this garbage. This is a quote. Look at this garbage, said education activist Javier Narila while he was reading his new curriculum. He said, well, history books should mention that the international slave trade was merely an early precursor to modern study abroad programs. If y'all go talk that kind of words, if y'all go talk that shit, you may as well say this shit. And he was saying, this is the law now? I hate this state. That's what he said. I hate this state. I hate this state. My people, I'm a Carasa. The Cars own hundreds of acres in Texas. I'm never going. I hate Texas. My daddy hates Texas. He's like, screw Texas and whatever. Texas is documented. It is known all throughout the United States by so-called white people that have any sense that the worst kind of white man in the world, or so-called white man in the world, is in Texas. If you really want to find a tail-wagging Neanderthal cannibal, Texas. Texas is full of Neanderthal beasts that call themselves white people. And if people started investigating a lot of them people, they probably got tails and everything else. They're probably not people at all. Some of the worst kind of savages are in Texas. I mean, real talk, you know. And it's like as much as the land is there, they can almost have it. Because you want to go there and disappear and come up eating on somebody's dinner table, Texas is the place to be. Even though it's happening a lot in California now, Southern California especially. But I just wanted to add that. People are, you know, coming up with all kinds of differences about what we did and didn't do and telling all these different kinds of lies. But, you know, what we contributed to the world, the list goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Never mind the fact that Benjamin Banneker came up with the almanac, and I guarantee as hot as it is in Phoenix, Arizona, and certain other states, people love the air conditioner that keeps your house cool. You know what I mean? You know, it may not be this air conditioner, but definitely the forerunner for it. I just thought, you know, this is important information. And as much as I don't have every single name, and the fire extinguisher. How many people are in a house where a fire got started and thank goodness you had a fire extinguisher, which means you didn't have to call the fire department or watch your house and everything in it burned down. How important is that? I think these are significant things. People can poo-poo, you know, they get up every day brushing their hair, you know, definitely improved on the hairbrush. And the hairbrush we're using today is based a lot on the one that she didn't make the first one, but she definitely made a better one.
Yeah.
So I'm saying be as clear as you can. Then the keychain, a lot of people around with keychains, you can thank Loudon for that. You know what I'm trying to say? All right, all these people that go to work every day, all these construction workers, the lunch pail. James Robinson came up with the lunch pail that a lot of construction workers are using every day, or some precursor of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Even though we don't use record players anymore, the arm that was on the record player, they can thank Dickinson for that one. How about the motor? How about that? The motor on the car. Never mind the automatic transmission and the manual stick for people that are on stick shift. How about the motor? I mean, it's all. So that's not important. While you're riding around in your car and, you know, even the stethoscope, you go all the way back with that. I mean, give a nigga a break already. That's all I'm saying. The thermostat control, when you come in and you want to, you know, handle the gauges, you go, okay, it's too hot in here, it's too cold in here, turn the temperature up, turn the temperature down. That would be a thermostat control. And this show is going to end in 2 hours. It's programmed that it could go overtime. And I told the sisters, I didn't think it would take me more than 1 hour to rattle off a bunch of the things that we invented, including, even though no one's using it anymore, the dang typewriter. Okay, Burridge and Marchman came up with that one. It was a precursor to the modern-day computer. Stop, Mommy. I didn't think it would even be an hour and a half to 2 hours to take to run it off, but just in case we were going to have to go over, which I don't think we will, we were going to